Hello, Carissa. So, cards have been shuffled. Now we're going to cut them in half and begin. So the first card represents you and the situation at hand. Ooh, it's the Ace of Cups. Okay, so the cups have to do with passions. The Ace of Cups represents, I believe, an infusion. Let me look it up. Let me make sure. So the Ace of Cups represents productiveness, beauty, pleasure, and happiness. It's the root of the power of water. Here's a closer look. Very pretty card. So that represents you and the situation at hand. These next two cards will help us define more about your personality and what's going on. So we've got the Princess of Cups. She's been coming up in a lot of readings lately. And we have Science. Okay, so I know this one pretty well. So Science is the Six of Swords, and swords have to do with conflicts. You'll notice that this one is pointed into a direction, like all in one point. It's the intellect overcoming an obstacle. So it's a really good sign there. And as far as the Princess of Cups, so she represents a young woman who's gracious, sweet, gentle, kind. A little more about her imagery. So the Princess of Cups. Cups are right here. She is the power to give substance to an idea, to support life, and to form a basis of chemical combination. She represented as a dancing figure and has a crest of a swan with open wings. She carries the cup with a tortoise. The dolphin symbolizes the power of creation. So I would say it's definitely part of your personality. There we go. So the next two cards are going to represent the two possible outcomes that... Alright, here we go. We've got Defeat. The Five of Swords, all pointed together, and you can see kind of the blood and the not so nice stuff there as well. So with the Five of Swords, the thing about swords is it's, they're in an inverted pentagram and they're broken and crooked, and it's your intellect, your science, being enfeebled by your sentiment. So it's a sense of being defeated in that way, like the reverse of the Science card. The other possibility, completion. Completion's a really fun one. So it's a wand. Wands typify growth. They're also fiery, because they have to do with like your passions growing as well. But the Four of Wands specifically, it's this idea that you can build something with it. The Four of Wands, double check it. It's perfected work, settlement, completion after much labor. So, or conclusions from previous knowledge. So you're definitely having things being filled and created. Lots of positivity here. All right, let's see. This next section represents the things that will help you make the decision. Oh, you got the Nine of Wands. Represents strength. Now notice that these are crossed, and between them lies the sun and the moon, representing a balance. So the Nine of Wands, it's power, health, success after opposition and strife, tremendous force, victory after apprehension and fear. That it illustrates the aphorism that change is stability. So the thing that's going to help your decision is strength during a change. And the things outside of your control, we've got the Knight of Wands. So often people in the suits can represent actual people. They can also represent personalities. So the Knight of Wands, He represents a man with the qualities of activity, generosity, impetuosity, that's a hard word to say, impetuosity, pride, and swiftness. Alright, Wiggles. Alright, I'm going to put Wiggles right here for now. Wiggles is my new squid. He's just going to be part of your reading. Alright, so the next card is going to expand upon this possible outcome, and it is adjustment. So defeat followed by adjustment. Alright. The next card on the other outcome is swiftness. Swiftness is a wand. It is the 8 of Wands. Things are coming quickly. The completion is coming quickly. Alright, Mr. Wiggles. I get out of the limelight now. I know, you're really cute. Alright, so the next one, let's see what else is going to help you make the decision. Ooh, we've got the Prince of Disc. So discs represent those material things again. And the Prince of Disc, he has to do with a young man bringing great energy to practical matters, a capable manager and steadfast worker, competent, perhaps considered dull, somewhat resentful of spiritual types, slow to anger, but implacable if aroused. So let me look at the imagery on here real quick. I want to make sure of something, because I remember there being something about seeds being sown, but I don't remember where I read that. Prince of Disc. The fluorescence and fruitification of that element, earth. He is seated in a chariot drawn by a bull. His helmet is crowned by a bull, and he holds a disc resembling a globe marked with mathematical symbols. In his other hand, he carries a scepter surmounted by a cross. The card symbolizes the function of bringing forth from the earth the vegetation which is the substance of the spirit itself. So that's what I'm remembering. Alright. So there's things coming out of you. We've got this strength, we've got the Prince of Disc. Let's see what other forces outside your control. Oh, we've got Debauch. Debauch is kind of a fun card, in that it's kind of having too much of something to the point of it being a bad thing. It's a cups. So it's delusion, illusory success. It can mean an addiction or intoxication. It can also mean guilt, lying, deceit, and promises unfulfilled. It can also be seen as like a lust or going outside of what you would really want in something. Alright, so let's finish this out. So in the first outcome, we've got abundance. Now the thing about abundance is that it all comes to an end at some point if it's not measured out. So that can go a few ways. Alright, and let's look at the other outcome. We've got victory. Wow, so I want to show you this outcome a little closer. That's pretty great. So we've got completion, swiftness, and victory. So victory is another wand, and these are all wands actually. Like you got 3 wand cards in this outcome. That means they're all really very, very strengthened towards each other. So this outcome is very, very much powerful for you. And also with the Ace of Cups here, like wands are not particularly nice towards cups, so they're not being very nice towards the Princess of Cups or the Ace of Cups, but they're pretty on par with the science, so definitely use your intellect to get towards this end. And also that growth. The disc here is also going to help out these guys. But the 6 of Wands, 6 of Wands, where is your thing? There it is. So energy in balanced manifestation, love, gain and success, triumph after strife. So there's some great things coming on this end. So now let's look at what's going to happen with the Prince of Disc and strength, the Ace of Swords. So this card means invoked will. Part of what's going to help you make this decision is something that you put into creation. Awesome. And finally, the thing outside of your control is the Fool. Oh, the Fool is a beautiful card. So the idea of the tarot can be seen of as kind of the journey of the Fool. In spiritual matters, he represents ideas, thoughts, spirituality, that which endeavors to transcend earth. And material matters may show folly, eccentricity, even mania. It represents the original, sudden, subtle impulse coming from a strange and unexpected quarter. So, outside of your control is that you're kind of going into some things brand new. That doesn't mean a bad thing. You're ready to accept the spiritual aspects of it. So yeah, that's what I see. I see some great positivity. Focus on that creation and that newness and allowing yourself to be filled. Let your intellect guide you and really harness that Princess of Cups within. And you'll see completion, swiftness, and victory. That's the end of your reading. I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.